One. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we will be doing another toy review for a Japanese exclusive toy. At least it's Japanese at the moment. I do not know when it will be released in other countries that has this franchise. I heard that Thailand as well as South Korea does have this franchise, so they might have this figure sometime down the line. If you're upset at the fact that you won't be able to buy this toy easily, as I have, just by walking down to my nearest toy store, then I have this guy to say, somebody in Williamsville, New York, loves you. Yes, you. We don't know who, but someone does. We'll have to go look for that person. Okay. Now today's character is Kamen Rider Fourze character. I'm going to remove these two backdrops. I think it's kind of neat to have that pterodactyl and a pterodactyl. Okay. Kamen Rider Fourze character, but it will not be one of his special states. It will be a Kamen Rider side character, which was just released today. He's been in the TV show for the last 2 episodes or so, and it was also debuted in the winter movie. Today we'll be looking at Kamen Rider Meteo. Actually, it's more pronounced Kamen Rider Meteo. I wanted to call him Meteor because of his face, the design on his face, but it's actually Meteo. I probably have mispronouncing it anyways. Anyways, get on with it. Here we have the figure himself. He comes with a motorcycle to ride on. He has a gimmick here saying that he is able to press his switch to activate his powers. And I just want to quickly point out that this was roughly about $27 American. Actually, it was in Japanese yen, 2,500 yen, about 2,600 yen. This was a little bit cheaper price. Other stores are selling him for $3,000, which is about $30 to $32. On the side, we have him on his bike blasting off. On the top of the box, we show him with his bike, and the toy line name FMCS. On the side of the box, we show him doing his limit break, which is a special maneuver for the show. If you have not seen him yet, he is very much like Bruce Lee in his fighting style. And this is kind of like a hyper fast randomized punching spree he has for his limit break. It's not really a spring-loaded gimmick, it's just an extra pose, I guess you can say. Here we show him showing his bike with a power jizzer. Here we have him with his 3 special attacks. A fireball, Mars punch, Saturn ring attack, and a Jupiter smash. They're not really power-ups, they're just poses again. Here we have him with Fourze, showing that Fourze can ride his bike and he can ride Fourze's bike. Here we have the figures that have been released for the series so far. Kamen Rider Fourze Base State, Electricity State, Fire State, Rocket State, the Power Jizzer, and the Motorcycle set. I've done reviews for those in the past, so if you're interested, please check them out. And the bottom of the box is basically the same thing that was on the top, but a little bit of a closer picture of the character. Okay, now let's just dive right into him. Packaged in plastic, he comes in 3 parts. The bike and the handlebars for the bike are separately, whereas he is just here. Let's take a look at the bike first. Now, in comparison to the other bike, I'll put the handlebars on now. The handlebars fit onto a peg very easily and very firmly, as such. The handlebars on this bike actually have the same point. You can take these off and put these on. It's not connected by a peg. I don't want to take that off right now. Just take a look. So here we have the bikes compared to each other on the side and the back. Take the other bike away so you can focus on this. Now the satellite wings do come down as such, and they can even flap down all the way as such. And they're pretty sturdy. They can be removed. The instructions says in the event it is removed to snap back on. I'm now going to put this on the power dizzer and then focus on the character. So the power dizzer, as you see, there was a peg hole here. I'm going to attach to this right here, and put the clamps on, and here we have him in ready to be blasted off. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. Okay. In comparison to Fourze, he is roughly the same size, except for the Fourze has a bit of a pointed helmet, which probably matches the same with his detail on the head. He also has the same points of articulation. But first I want to point out that his fingers, which is mentioned on the package, is the same as the other toys. Meaning that Fourze had his fingers cut into two, so we have a dividing here. You can operate these two at a time. Same is here. Just that here, the index finger and the middle finger are differently posed. So you have the index finger pointing out. You do have a bit of a punch, but it's more of a come here type pose. So yes, his fingers are divided on this hand as well as on this hand. He has the same articulation points as Fourze, which is fairly decent. Knees, hip, swivel in the leg. The feet are on the same kind of angleized motion. It can be all the way down, all the way up. His hands and arms are the same. His waist can be moved. His belt does not block any movement. And his head is somewhat on a ball. It can be moved around as such. I'm going to try to move him have him do an exorcist move, but that's okay. And this is basically the figure. He doesn't have any gimmicks that connect to Fourze's gimmicks, such as this, how this is able to fit on various parts of his body. This fits on nothing. This does not fit onto his wrist connector. It's not a connector at all, it's just a weapon. There's nothing for him to slide his feet in for that. So he is by himself a good figure. He comes with a bike. Just kind of a fun character. If you are a fan of this character, I would recommend it because he's just neat. A neat action figure. Comes with a bicycle, a motorcycle, I mean. And yeah, pretty well done for an action figure. Doesn't have any gimmicks, which is probably why he comes with a bike. And that's it. Another thing that I kind of want to point out is, first off, he is shown to be very glittery, as in having a lot of stars painted on his body. But the glittery paint is not overwhelming. You can see it a little bit. I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera or not. Another thing is his shoulder pad is made of translucent blue plastic. Not as translucent as his face plastic, but it is translucent, which adds a nice effect to it. And thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this show, this review. If you have any questions, please ask, and I will try to get to you. Thank you.